Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Tuesday. Today we're going to be going over how to use our online catalog. This is in preparation for our catalog, our drive-thrus that are going to be opening next week, May 18th, that's Monday. Our hours are over here on the left, but they are Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you're going to be able to place holds on our catalog online, and we will have those books pulled for you and available at our drive-thru for you to pick up during those drive-thru hours that we have available right now. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to go over is how to get to our catalog. So, looks like I'm having an issue here. Hang on just a second. What's going on? Let's switch over to this. Okay, so the way you can get to our catalog is by going to kentonlibrary.org and then click on catalog search up here in the top left corner, right here. Or the other way that you can get to it is by going to catalog.kentonlibrary.org. So, I'm having issues again. What just happened? There we go. That's better. Okay. So you can get to it. Let's go back now. So you can get to it from our website and clicking catalog search, or go to catalog.kentonlibrary.org, and that will bring you here. The first thing we're going to do is get you logged into your account so that you can place holds. So what you do to do that is, once you're on the catalog page, you click on My Account, and then you are going to in here type in your library card number. That's going to be the number that's on the bottom of your library card right under the barcode. Then your PIN number is typically going to be either the last 4 digits of your phone number or the year you were born. If one of those two is not working, you can chat with us and we'll have a librarian help you reset that PIN for you. So once you get in, I'm going to go ahead and log in here. So up at the top, you're going to see what you have checked out, what you have on hold, what you have ready for pickup, all that stuff. So this second bar right here is going to be the stuff in our physical branch, and then the stuff down on the bottom is going to be the e-branch, which is going to be a Hoopla and Libby. So that's what that top bar is. Then if you click on this holds tab right here, that's going to show you a list of everything that you currently have on hold. So these are the books that I currently have on hold and where I have it set to pick them up. So next, we're going to go over some account preferences that you can update. So under account preferences, that's where you can change your password once you've logged in. You can change your email address if you've gotten a new email address, and you can change your address if that kind of stuff has changed. So this is the spot where you can do all of that. Another thing you can do under here is change your notification preferences. So for notification preferences, those are going to be things like how you wish to be notified when your holds come in. So we recommend right now having text notifications enabled, because those just tend to be the easiest for people. So if you don't have those enabled, we recommend going ahead and enabling those right now. You do that by putting in your cell phone number and then select your mobile carrier. And then we'll send you a text message as soon as your holds come in. We can also do a phone call or an email when those holds come in. You can use any 3 of those, whichever one whichever you have a preference of. So make sure when you do place holds, make sure you do wait until you get a notification before you come into the branch. As soon as it's available for you, you'll get that notification. If you haven't gotten that notification yet, most likely we still do not have your book pulled and waiting on the hold shelf. So make sure you are waiting for that notification to come in before you come into the branch, or before you come through our drive-through to pick up your book, to make sure that it is there for you. Another thing that's here is this email checkout receipts by default. You can check that box, and then whenever you come into the library or go through our drive-through, the receipt that we normally print out for you will be emailed to you. Another thing with the catalog, you can always use our app to view what you have checked out in there as well. So there's a couple different digital options we have to see what you have checked out, as well as the receipt that you get when you come into the library to check things out. Next, I'm going to go over how to search the catalog. So we're going to go back to the main screen by clicking on this Kenton County Public Library logo right here. That will always bring you back to this page right here. So once we're here, sorry, I'm checking the comments to make sure no one's posted any questions yet. Okay. Oh, and Gina, our PR person, is reminding you, we have put a limit on 15 items right now, just so that we can get everything onto the hold shelf and make sure we have enough room for everyone. So that is a temporary limit that we have imposed. So next is going to be searching the catalog. So when you're searching the catalog, make sure that your phrase is exact. Spell check is not something that works in our catalog, so make sure you're spelling the title correctly. You might need to go into Google and Google the title first to make sure that it's being spelled correctly. So that's something you want to do when you're searching. You can narrow your search a little bit to try to make the search a little bit more accurate for you. So we have a couple different types of searches. We have a keyword search, which is a general search of all of the fields we have in our on our books. That's one that you can kind of start with, but if you're having too many books come up, you can also do title, which is going to just search for the book title. It's not going to search anything else. The next one that you can do is going to be journal title. The journal title is going to be like a magazine title. So that's where you can search for People or Time Magazine or something along those lines. The next one is going to be author. So that searches just the author field. So that can be where you would put in J.K. Rowling or Dan Brown or something like that. Next is going to be subject. What that is it searches through the subject tags that our catalogers have put on all the books. This is where you can put something like trees or rainforest, and that's going to search all of our books and look through those subject tags that our catalogers have put on all of our items. The next type is going to be series. That's where you can put in a series title like Dogman, or Magic Treehouse or anything like that. Okay, I just saw a comment from Linda. How do you know when we arrive at the drive-through? When you pull up to the drive-through, there's a button up next to a speaker box that you're going to push. When you push that button, a bell will start ringing inside of the building. During this next week, when we first open the drive-through, though, we are going to have someone dedicated to the drive-through window. So you should just pull up and you'll see us and we'll see you right through the window, and we can start that phone call for you if you don't push that button. So we're not doing curbside at our locations like you're hearing some of the others do, because we have drive-throughs at all of our locations. So you're just going to pull up right through our drive-through window. Something I do want to mention in the drive-through is when you pull into our drive-through locations, you're going to see some slots on the wall before you pull up to the drive-through window. That's where you want to return your items. We will not be allowed to accept returns at the actual drive-through window, so make sure you're dropping those books in the slots that are slightly before the drive-through window. So the slots are going to be where you return items you already have. The drive-through window is where you're going to pick up things that we currently have on hold for you. So hopefully that answers your question, Linda. The next thing with the type is going to be digital bookplate. That's kind of a special type. That's going to be, the digital bookplate is where we mark things that indicate that this is a special copy of the book. Typically, that's going to be something like a memorial copy that was donated from someone. So if you had a family member that died and you donated a copy of that book in their honor, you could put in their name and then do type digital book plate, and then that will pull that up. Some other things we'll mention in the digital book plate if it's a signed copy or things of that nature. So those are the different types of searches that you can do. So let's go on to some of the other things that you can search. So we also have format, which is where you can narrow down the format to DVD, audiobook, physical book, ebook, large type, things like that, so that you can have only what you're actually wanting to show up. That's where if you want to type in Harry Potter, a lot of the time a bunch of movies will show up first, but if you're wanting the book, then you can just select books and then those movies won't show up. You can also select the library that it's going to be at. So you can, we have a delivery that runs between all of our branches. Right now it's running Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if you do put a book on hold, we will deliver it to the branch that you want it picked up at. But if you wanted to maybe see books that are already at the branch that you had, if you were going to be going in outside of this time when our building is open, you can always narrow it down to whichever branch you're at, and you don't have, and then you can see just at the location that you're going to be going to. So I am going to go ahead and search for Harry Potter, one of the favorite books of librarians. I'm going to do all formats, and we're going to search title. And I'm going to go back to everything. So once you search and you pull this up, a couple other options show up. Something that you're able to click is limit to available items. What that checkbox does is that removes anything that we don't currently have on our shelf, so there is going to be a wait line. So that means someone else already has all of our copies, and that most likely means that there are people in line waiting already. So you can check that limit to available items if you want to only show things that you can currently grab and there's not going to be a wait. It's going to be as fast as a librarian can find that book for you and grab it. So another thing you can do is exclude electronic resources. Something that our catalog does is it not only shows things that we have in our physical branches, but it also shows everything we have in Libby and Hoopla and our other digital collections. So if you don't want to see those items show up, you can also check that exclude electronic resources box, and that will show things that are only physical items located in our branches. Next, I'm going to go over how to place a hold. So I'm going to go down here and let's place Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire on hold. So what you can do is you can click this little place hold button with the green check mark, and that's going to pull up the hold screen. So this is the hold screen. When this comes up, it's going to ask you what pickup location you want. It's going to default to your home library. That's not something that you're able to change, but you can call one of our librarians in the branches. You can either call or you can chat with us and we can change that home location for you so that it defaults to whatever branch you're currently at. My office is in the homebound area, so that's why my pickup location is homebound. So then you can also set your notification preferences. Again, these will be whatever you have set as default, but you can change them on a per item basis. So you can say, yes, I want to be notified by email, but then you can say, I also want a phone call for this particular one, and you can put your phone number in there. You can also add text message notifications here. Anything you do here will be cleared out for the next item. So this is not a place where it will save any of your settings for you. So next, there's also something that we offer called suspending a hold. What that means is maybe you really want to you want to read a book, but you know you're not ready for it yet, and you're really not sure when you're going to, or you know it's going to be a month before you can get to it. So what you can do is click suspend this hold. You can check that yes box, and then set activation date. So by suspending the hold, it's going to be suspended indefinitely. What that means is you're going to be put on the wait list for that book, and you're going to continue to move up that wait list until you are first in line. Once you are first in line, if the hold is still suspended, you're going to be skipped, and the next person is going to get the book. So suspending it just means you're going to keep moving up in line. It'll get you first in line, and then you'll just stay there until you're ready for it. You can go in and unsuspend the hold whenever you're ready for it, or right here, you can put an activation date, which means the hold's going to be activated on that date that you put in. If you aren't already at the top of the line by that date, then you still won't get the book. But if you are first in line, once that date arrives, you will get the next copy of the book that comes through. The next thing I'm going to go over is going to be, so after you have all this filled out, you're going to click this submit button. Oh, I don't want to do that. There we go. We're going to click the submit button. And then it's going to tell you your hold was successfully placed. So we're going to go ahead and click continue here. And this pulls you back to the page that you were at. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at an item status page. So you get to that page by clicking on a book. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So once that page loads, you're going to see a couple different things that we have. So you're going to see the total available copies that we have. So this 4 of 16. So 16 copies is how many copies we currently own at the library. The 4 of is how many copies are currently sitting on our shelves ready to be checked out. You can also see current holds. So it looks like we have 5 holds currently on those books. And you can see that down here. So you can see if they're checked out or if they're on the hold shelf. Suspended holds also show up in this current holds number. So sometimes that holds number might not make total sense when you're looking at this items page. You can also scroll through these next things and it'll tell you exactly where all of these books are located, their shelving location, their call number, their availability. And then if you do see a long list of books and they're all checked out, you can also see the due date when those books are due back. And the reason you're seeing everything is June 1st right now is because that's the current due date that we have set in our system as due. That's not something you need to be totally worrying about right now. That will probably continue to be pushed back as things play out. So that's the available copies. You can also see available formats we have. So for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, that is a super popular item, so we have it available in a lot of different formats. So we have it available in book, DVD for the movie, we have it in audiobook, we also have it in large print, we also have it in Spanish. So you can see all the different formats of a book that we have or of an item that we have. If maybe you wanted a large print but you couldn't find it, that will all come up on here. So that'll help you maybe find a format that you didn't know we had, or maybe help you find a book in a different format that might be available. So we might not have it available in regular print, but we might have it available in large print. So that might be a way for you to be able to get that book a little bit faster. Next, let's go over subjects. So if you scroll down a little bit, here's some more information on the book, the ISBN, the description, how many pages are in it, which edition it is, the publisher, copyright, all that kind of stuff. There's also a summary right here of the book. So subjects, this is going to be what that subject search that I was talking about earlier in the search field is going to be searching through. So these are different things that our catalogers have placed on the books. Schools fiction, magic fiction, wizard fiction. For nonfiction books, these are going to be things like tree, rain, forests, that kind of stuff. Those will all be shown in this subject field. The next thing is going to be awards. So you can go under here and click on this awards tab, and that's going to show you any awards that the book has won. It's also going to show you books that are in the series, so you can see the rest of the series. This is the Harry Potter Illustrated series that I had clicked on. You also have Readalikes available under that tab. So that's going to tell you books that are going to be similar to the book that you currently have pulled up, and they might be some books that you might be interested in if you know you like that book. So if you're looking for a new book and you're not really sure what you want, one thing that you can do is find some books in the catalog that you do like, and then come down here and look at the Readalikes tab. Another thing that you can do if you're looking for new books is you can chat with our librarians, and we do something called Reader's Advisory. They can get you the information on that so that you can have a librarian pick out some books for you. That's called Hold Shelf Surprise normally. when the branches are open, and we can set up to 3 books a month for you to get. But this is another way to do that without having to contact a librarian directly. So you can find similar titles, similar authors, and similar series. That's all going to be listed right under here. The next neat little feature that's in the item page is going to be the shelf browser. So that's this little bar right down here. And what that does is shows you books that are around it on the shelf. So that right now, because we're closed, you aren't able to actually physically go in and browse our shelves. This is going to be the next best thing for you. So you can click on a book and just start browsing and seeing what's around it on our shelves. And you can just start going to next page, previous page, and just kind of look around and browse through some titles and see if you like anything there to check out. Another thing that you can do if you're just trying to find a new book and you're not really sure what you want is you can scroll up to the top of our catalog and click on new items right here. And that's going to pull up a couple different lists that we have. These are going to be lists of our newly purchased items that we have available. So let's look at adult fiction. So click on adult fiction, and this is going to show the list of everything that we've purchased recently. We have recently added the book covers to this list, so you can also see the book covers as well, so that you can judge a book by its cover if you would like. That's totally acceptable to judge a book by its cover to pick out a book sometimes. Sometimes you just want a book with an interesting cover. So this is a way where you can just look through some new books, look at their covers, see if anything grabs your interest. It also gives you authors, when it was added, all that kind of stuff. So we have a bunch of different lists available for you, adult fiction, nonfiction. We also have our Overdrive ebooks, which is the same thing if you've heard of Libby. Libby and Overdrive are the same thing. Even the new items in there show up. Hoopla is another digital content collection that we have. Their new items will show up. We even have children's lists, all that kind of stuff. So that is pretty much what I've got for the catalog right now. So I don't see any questions showing up in the chat. It looks like Gina has been posting some links for you guys as I've been talking. So you can always go to kentonlibrary.org/ask, and that'll bring you to our chat. It'll show you our phone numbers, how you can email us, and how you can text us. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask me, my name's Tim Peterson, and my information is over on the left, and I can go ahead and put that in the comments as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And that is my desk line, which we will be starting to answer phones soon. So we'll be announcing all that on Facebook when phones start, when we're able to start answering phones again. So thanks for joining us on Facebook Live today, and hope to see you next week.